Greetings everyone, and welcome to my coin collection. Today's coins are the second part of a set produced in the United Kingdom in 2019 to celebrate 50 years of the 50p or 50 pence coin. The previous set focused on coins celebrating British culture. This set focuses on the British military. The 1969 launch of the 50p in the UK was the second part of a bigger change to decimalisation, which would be completed on Decimal Day, February 15th, 1971. However, even though the currency had gone decimal, it still took some time before the older coins were taken out of circulation. On the 31st of August 1971, the old penny and threepenny were officially withdrawn, which ended the initial transition period. The last LSD coins to cease being legal tender in the UK after Decimal Day were the sixpence, withdrawn in 1980, the shilling, withdrawn in 1991, and the florin, withdrawn in 1993, a full 22 years after Decimal Day. That's not entirely a surprise, because change is difficult, and the change in currency was a big change. However, it was part of a trend which was happening around the world, and particularly in some of the Commonwealth territories. Muslim mathematicians had been the first to utilise decimals instead of fractions on a large scale. At the beginning of the 15th century, Al-Kashi's book, Key to Arithmetic, was written and was the stimulus for the systematic application of decimals to whole numbers and fractions. Dutch author Simon Steven, also known as Stevinus, wrote a 35-page booklet called Der Tiende, The Art of Tenths, first published in 1585 while he was working at the University of Leiden. He felt that this innovation was so significant that he declared the universal introduction of decimal coinage, measures and weights to be merely a question of time. And perhaps he was right. Today, only 2 countries have non-decimal currencies. Mauritania, where 1 ugiya equals 5 koums, and Madagascar, where 1 ariary equals 5 arayambilanya. However, these are only theoretically non-decimal, as in both cases, the value of the main unit is so low that the subunits are too small to be of any practical use, and coins of the subunits are no longer used. The first of the reproduced 50p coins in this set is one of 2 coins issued in 2006 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the institution of the Victoria Cross. This one is called Heroic Acts. The Victoria Cross is the highest award for gallantry that a British and Commonwealth serviceman can achieve. It's awarded for valour in the presence of the enemy and may be awarded posthumously. The original idea for the Victoria Cross was proposed by the Duke of Newcastle in 1854, and the royal warrant for the creation of the medal was signed by Queen Victoria at Buckingham Palace on the 29th of January 1856 to honour acts of valour during the Crimean War. The coin features a soldier carrying a wounded comrade in the foreground, with an outline of the Victoria Cross surrounded by a sunburst effect in the background. The 2006 mintage of the original coin was 10,500,000. The second coin for the 150th anniversary of the Victoria Cross is called Medals and shows both sides of a Victoria Cross medal with the date 29th Jan 1856 in the centre of the back of the cross, the letters VC to the right and the value 50 pence below. During the 150 years since it was created, the medal has been awarded 1,358 times to 1,355 individual recipients. Since World War II, however, only 15 medals have been awarded, of which 11 were to members of the British Army and 4 were to members of the Australian Army. Since its inception, every Victoria Cross awarded has been produced by the one company, Hancock's of London. The 2006 mintage of the original coin was 12,087,000. The third coin in the set was originally struck to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the D-Day landings in 1994. On the 6th of June 1944, a date known ever since as D-Day, an alliance of British, American and Commonwealth armed forces crossed over from England to Normandy and began an assault on occupying German troops. The coin depicts an armada of ships and planes heading all in the one direction, by implication Normandy. It has a large number 50 with the word pence underneath. This coin was originally minted with a mintage of 6,705,520, but it only circulated for 4 years until the large 50p coins were demonetised in 1998. The final two coins both commemorate famous, although very different, battles. The first was issued in 2015 to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain, the name given to the period between July and October in 1940, in which the Royal Air Force and the Fleet Air Arm of the Royal Navy defended the United Kingdom against large-scale attacks by Nazi Germany's Air Force, the Luftwaffe. The coin shows 3 airmen scrambling towards their planes, and quickly earned recognition in the coin-collecting world as there were 3 different versions of this coin released. The differences are on the obverse, the side with the Queen's portrait. One featured the older Ian Rank Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II with no denomination stated on the coin. The second featured the newer portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Jodie Clark, which was also without a denomination. And the third featured the Jodie Clark portrait with 50p stated on the coin. The versions struck without the denomination were only originally sold in presentation packs. The final coin in the set was issued in 2016 to commemorate the 950th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings in 1066. The design was inspired by the Bayeux Tapestry, and in particular the section which traditionally depicts the fate of King Harold at the hands of William the Conqueror, along with the famous date of 1066 when the battle took place. William won the battle and was crowned as the first Norman king. It was a crucial moment in medieval history. Interestingly, the 2 sets that I own were not the first reissues of some of these coins. In 2009, to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the first 50p coin, the Royal Mint released a very limited issue set of 40 years of the 50p, struck in Peadford gold proof, silver proof, gold plated proof and proof condition. It brought together all 16 of the different past designs that had featured on the 50p coin at that stage since its introduction in 1969. All those coins had on the obverse the 4th portrait of the Queen by Ian Rank Broadley and carried the date 2009. These new sets feature on the obverse the Jodie Clark portrait of the Queen and the date 2019. Along with its companion, this is an interesting set commemorating some fascinating parts of history. I hope you've enjoyed looking at these coins. If you have, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Perhaps also consider subscribing to my channel so that you don't miss any future coins in my coin collection.